Alright. For my speech, I chose to do chapter 3 because when I started to read it, it seemed kind of interesting to me because I was able to make connections towards my real life. It helped me firmly grasp really just the ideals of communication, such as impression management as well as face, and how it was really second nature to not me but just everyone around me. Because as you start to learn more about the things, and it helps you understand, and you can really just look at people, I guess you could say, and realize that they're trying to maintain their face or they're trying to manage their impression. So, self concept and self esteem are kind of the same thing. Self concept is defined as a relatively stable set of perceptions you hold against yourself, and self esteem stems from that because self concept kind of is like who you are as a person, and it's your qualities. It's like your talents, your qualities, special things about you, and self-esteem is right behind it because it's let's say I'm a shy guy or I'm quiet and I don't feel good about myself because of that. Then that's a low self-esteem. But if I don't mind it and if I'm okay with that and I'm accepted of it, then that's a higher self-esteem. Self-esteem is important in communication, and I think it's very important in the chapter because if you have a low self esteem, and you can tend to see this with people who are depressed or sad, they have low self esteem, and you can tell that they they talk bad about themselves and they're not so happy, and it really reflects in their communication style. And when you have a high self esteem, you can see people tend to be more positive and just a lot more joyful and cheerier. So, like I said earlier, about noticing communication in life, impression management is a big thing, and that is the difference of perceived self and presenting self and how we hide ourselves. And that's perceived self. It's how you hide yourself, or if you want to hide yourself, really. Presenting self is how you try to see how you try others to see yourself. It's it's really different than perceived self because that is how you think you look in others' eyes. And face comes along right beside that. Face is all about kind of like perceiving yourself. It's like a perception that others see, and it's the side of them. It's the side of you that you want them to see. Let's say I was hanging out with some friends and I had a completely different personality, and then I bring it back to my house, and let's say I just cuss at my mom or something because I'm in the same face that I would be if I was with my friends. And that's the whole thing about maintaining face is if you're with a different group of friends or all that, then you're just gonna have a different communication language, I guess you could say, just a different style of communication. And we all go around doing that whether we're in public or private. For instance, like me, when I'm at work, I have a completely different communication style because obviously I'm not gonna yell at customers or uh, cuss out customers or all that. I'm just going to be nice and happy and cheerful. But obviously, that might not reflect who I am when I'm with my parents or family or with friends because you can't be that relaxed with one another. So I was able to connect that to real life and how whenever someone says you're two faced, it could mean in my eyes I think it means that you're obviously trying to hide something. There's a difference in personality. And lastly, I think privacy management is very important as well in the chapter because it really corresponds and relates to both face and impression management because and honestly, I want to say presenting self as well and perceived self because we choose as people second-handedly we choose to hide stuff about ourselves. Like I have secrets, we all do, and we just obviously we don't want those secrets to get out, so we manage our privacy. And if those things were to come out, then we'd have a different our face would be more less maintained, and our self-esteem would be lower too if depending on the secrets. So I think those are the 5 most important things for the chapter. Yeah.